Good morning. Wanna come?
Do you have a coconut knife? We're looking for a knife for coconuts.
I love Sri Lanka. There's so much happiness. This is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, our new friend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another morning here in Sri Lanka. Very excited for today. Very excited. I haven't mentioned this to you guys, but I'm actually filming an elephant documentary while I'm here in Sri Lanka. Today is the first official day of that, but you're not going to hear anything until that documentary is out. But today we are driving across the famed B35 road, leaving Kataragama and heading up to Batiklau. That's where we're going today. We are in our tuk-tuk from tuktukrental.com. If you guys are looking to drive a tuk-tuk when you're in Sri Lanka, if you're looking to drive a tuk-tuk when you're in Sri Lanka, this is the company to book with, tuktukrental.com. We love them so much. Also, we've named our tuk-tuk Dick Dick. Not like the male genitalia. It's not Dick Dick, it's Dick Dick.
Google it.
Google what a Dick Dick is.
You'll like it.
D-I-K, D-I-K. So this is our tuk-tuk Dick Dick. We're gonna head off onto the road right now. Before we do any of that, let's roll the intro. We start our mornings whenever our gas is empty by filling up some gas by the friendly gas station friend. Go on with it. Hyundai. This is a good tip for you guys. If you're driving a tuk-tuk across Sri Lanka, this is a great place to break big bills. If you have money that you want to break, like a 5,000 rupee note, this is where we do it because these guys usually have a lot of change. So yeah, we'll pop some gas in this baby and some petrol in there, and we'll keep hitting the road to Kataragama. So another tip for you when visiting Sri Lanka. The word hotel doesn't always actually mean a hotel. Sometimes it just means a restaurant.
There's actually nothing in there.
This one happens to be close. It's a bad example altogether.
This hotel means abandoned building.
Whenever you see a sign like that, usually hotel means food. It's very rare that a hotel place is actually a hotel. It's most likely just a restaurant, and you'll see them everywhere. I don't think you can sleep there. All right, so we're just walking around Kataragama now. One thing that I was looking for in Sri Lanka since I got here is another pendant to add to my necklace because I've been building this thing around the world, and I finally just found a tiny little elephant. I've been looking for this all around Sri Lanka, and I found it here in Kataragama. It's extra special because it's next to Yala, which is awesome because it's where, you know, a big population of elephants and wildlife exist anyways. But very happy with this thing, and this cost me like 175 rupees, super cheap, and it's made out of local coconut wood, coconut shell. It's awesome. All right, so we are settling for Ruhunu Bakery and Hotel. Here we go. Let's head on in and get some food. Whoa. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what we just got. We got them. And it came with papadam, it came with rice, it came with, I think, a sambal, it came with some curry and some chicken. And of course, no utensils because we only use our hand.
Not utensils.
I'm getting so accustomed to eating Sri Lankan food every day, just having the rice and the dal, the chicken, and of course my favorite, the papadam split. Papadam. This is starting to feel like a home. The food is so good. Love it. What do you think, Brando?
It's amazing. This is the best Asian food I've had.
So good. Brandon, what's going on right now?
I think I got a chili in my throat. This is like the spiciest thing I've had in a long time.
Oh man. Maybe you guys can tell us in the comments, it's this little thing when you eat it. It's sweet, but oh my god, it's so spicy. I'm literally crying right now. I'm tearing up from my nose to my eyes. I'm so hot. I don't know what's going on. Oh man.
Can I get you like this?
Alrighty then. Lunch mission was complete. I mentioned this before in another video. King coconuts, they grow here in Sri Lanka. They're super popular and they're sold on the side of the road. And Brandon and I freaking love them. Try to eat one of these every day. King coconuts. They get the delicious milk, especially because they're nice in the shade. It's so hot. And some meat. Go on with it, machan. Coconut, dakai? Yeah, that's that good nut. We about to get that good nut in. Chap, scap, skadoosh. That's one nut for a boy. That is one whole nut for a boy. What's the verdict? Good nut? Here comes another nut. Quick. One nut, two nut, three nut. This man knows what he's nutting about. And nut, and nut. Yeah, baby. Estudia machan. Oh, dude, this guy knows how to make a mouthpiece right here. Yeah. Cheers, brother. That's a good nut. That's a good nut. All right, so once it's done, we hand it back to Coconut Man. Coconut Man checks, and then Coconut Man chops it in half. And then Coconut Man makes a spoon, and from the spoon, we're able to open the inside and eat that coconut flesh. That's the delicious coconut flesh that you can eat. So good. All right, So we're somewhere. I really don't know. We've been driving for hours. We have shifted over into the Tamil Muslim part of Sri Lanka now. We are on the East Province. We're here getting our first meal. Friendly locals. Basically, they're just making this beef platter right now. I don't know what any of this is. It's just all fried beef parts. They just threw some like chips in there, some like gravy. Just made this giant beef platter. No idea how much I'm gonna pay. No idea what I'm about to eat. But I'm excited to put it in my mouth. What are you getting, Brandon?
I'm just getting the same. I'm gonna get the same what you get.
No, we eat here. Alrighty, this is what we got here. A bunch of different things. It looks absolutely delicious. I need to wash my hands. Alright, here we go. Classic Sri Lankan fashion. We don't have any utensils, once again, all by hand. Pour some lemon on top of everything. I'm gonna quickly try all this out. I literally have no idea. There's definitely an organ. No idea what kind of organ. Another organ. That's like intestines. Delicious, that is good. Another rib right there. And then this just kind of looks like fat. Maybe it's skin, I don't know. All tastes really good. This is just a mixed beef organ plate. Delicious. We just driven about maybe 45 minutes outside of Batiklau, and we found a market on the side of the road. A big mission for me and Brandon is to find coconut knives on this trip.
We need to find one.
We're trying to find a Sri Lankan coconut knife that we can chop king coconuts up together with. So that's what we're going to this market for. I think the town name is
Chinkalati.
What do you think we should find a knife in here? It's gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack. We're not gonna find a knife in here. There's so much stuff going on. Well, this is probably the most authentic market I've been to so far. Look at those giant like cloves of bananas. That's crazy. Just I wonder how much it would cost for one of those. Let's do it to this guy on the side of you. Hey Cal. Good morning. Wanna come? Wanna come?
Do you have a coconut knife? We're looking for a knife for coconuts? No?
Yes, no. I love Sri Lanka. There's so much happiness. This is Muhammad Ali. All right, we are gonna leave this town and market defeated. Zero coconut knives. Also, almost nobody understands when I ask for a coconut knife.
Coconut knife. Okay, you want coconut?
You want a coconut?
No,
we have a coconut.
We have a coconut, but we need a coconut knife.
Yeah, we'll keep searching. We'll update you guys if we find it somewhere in Sri Lanka. All right, where are we? Colonoscopy, the town. We're in the town of Polonnaruwa. This is a town where there's some really, really ancient ruins. That's the reason we've come here, to check them out. Sri Lankan meal. All right, welcome back to the city of Polonnaruwa. We actually, we both got sick the last 2 days, so it's actually been 2 days since I last filmed. How you feeling, Brandon?
A little iffy.
Same here. We both got pretty diseased in the last 2 days. It's been bad. So we've just been laying low in Airbnb doing some work. But today we're actually going to see the ruins of Polonnaruwa, the reason why we came to the city in the first place. So let's head over to the ruins right now. So step number 1. What we gotta do is come to the archaeological museum here and buy some tickets for this site. Tickets are a bit expensive, but it's a huge complex. Also, while you're out here, I was warned that there's lots of people that'll try to sell you tickets and also take you as a tour guide. If you don't want to, you don't need a tour guide, you can self-walk your way through. But if you want to get a tour guide, I'm sure one of these friendly locals will be happy to tour you around. So let's go buy some tickets. Hello, can I buy tickets here? Oh, over there. And can I take my tuk-tuk inside of the site? All right, so one of the benefits, again, of traveling with a tuk-tuk here in Sri Lanka that we have from tuk-tuk rental is in a place like this, you can actually drive around the entire complex. This is a massive ancient city that's been lost in the jungle for thousands of years, and once we head in, I can actually drive the tuk-tuk around the entire complex. Most of the sites are scattered around probably a kilometer or two of a stretch of this big old jungle ruin area. So I'm gonna take this ticket, I'm gonna hop on in there with the tuk-tuk. I was told that if I wanted a guide, I could get a guide, but I could also just follow all of the different listings on Google Maps. All the locations are in here, and as you can see, it even shows the sacred city of Polonnaruwa. We can drive all the way through to see the entire thing with the tuk-tuk. So I'm gonna do that right now. Thank you. All right, so that's the ticket entrance. 4,500 rupees, so $25 US, which is really expensive. We'll get you in here. Now I'm officially in the complex and we can start looking around some of the archaeological sites. All right, so right behind me is the first car park in the first main complex. There's tons of little stores and people trying to sell you stuff as well. And you can get like coconut, snacks, drinks, whatever. We're gonna head into the first part of the complex right now with some really, really cool structures. So the first structure I've entered is called the Vatadaj. Don't know if I'm saying that right, probably butchering the pronunciation, but it's a circular roundabout temple. It is thought to have been potentially the first location of the sacred tooth temple. If you guys don't know, the most sacred temple pretty much in Sri Lanka is based in Kandy, and it is said to have the tooth of Buddha inside of it. And so this thing right behind me is believed to be a stupa, which is a really popular Buddhist temple design. It's basically like a giant dome, and you'll see them all over Sri Lanka. And it is said that this could have potentially been one of the first locations for that tooth temple. The entire building is lined with these awesome ruins of elephants and buffaloes and lions, and it's just super, super cool to think of the people that used to live lived right around this and used to pray and use this as a place of worship. And you may be wondering why I'm wearing a sarong right now and face this way instead of talking directly to you. So two things when it comes to the Buddhist religion and sacred temples in Sri Lanka. You never, especially when you're taking a picture, face your back to the Buddha. I'm trying my best to just stand sideways, and you want to keep your knees covered at all times. Because this is such a tourist hotspot, it doesn't seem like all the tourists are adhering to that rule, but you got to try to keep your knees covered. That's why I'm wearing a sarong. And yeah, just try to be as respectful as you can when you come to a place like this. So this structure right behind me is called the Satmal Prasada, and not much is actually known about it. There's writings in the texts found around this area referring to potentially this being it, but people actually don't know if this is actually the building that is referred to. What's really cool about it is a stupa, technically considered one, but it is built in a pyramid structure type of way. It's 7 stories tall, and it is a design found commonly in Southeast Asia, especially in places like Thailand, but not specifically Sri Lanka. So it's a very, very cool structure to find in this place. Alrighty, finished the first complex. Back at the tuk-tuk now. So let's use the tuk-tuk right now. The tuk-tuk is going to save me so much time in this thing. Just walking around or using a bus or whatever would take forever. So we're going to take the tuk-tuk and drive over to the next site. The next site behind me is called the Pabalu Vihara, and this is also known as the Temple of Marbles. It is another giant stupa. This one looks a little more classic in design, but what you can see behind me is actually what's leftovers of a lying Buddha, which is a rare Buddha to find apparently. You can see the whole body laid out right here, the head, and it's kind of destroyed. I've never seen one so destroyed before. But yeah, this is a giant stupa here. You'll have plenty of other depictions of Buddha statues all around this place, and it just circles around. It was also thought to be a temple for some other purpose. That being said, the stupa is amazing, but let's head off to another site. And of course, this being Sri Lanka, everything is just in the jungle, including this amazing temple complex, and it's just so cool to be able to hop in and out of my tuk-tuk within the jungle and visit all these different sites. If I had to give you one tip, is if you're coming here, get yourself a tuk-tuk from tuktukrental.com. I am working with them, full clarity, but it's making my life so much easier because I'm able to breeze through these spots. I don't have to pay for anybody to keep driving me around. This is just the best way to do it. I think with a tuk-tuk is just the best way to do it. As you can see, what I'm walking towards right now is called Renkoth Dagoba, and it is a giant stupa. It is massive. It is so big and really, really beautiful. Now, if you're a foreigner and you're coming to Sri Lanka and you want a little dummy's guide how to identify what's Buddhist and what's Hindu, this will be a really easy way for you guys to identify what is a Buddhist structure. So for one, stupas are almost always, 99% of the time, going to be a Buddhist structure. It's not in a Hindu, Tamil type of thing. It is pretty much just the Sinhalese Buddhist structure. So you'll never really find that. But as well, these flags, you'll see them all over Sri Lanka all the time. This color pattern is the Sinhalese Buddhist flag. So those two things will identify to you what is a Buddhist temple in Sri Lanka versus what is a Hindu kovil, which is also the Hindu temple. And just remember, Sinhalese, usually Buddhist, Tamil, usually Hindu. All right, back to the tuk one last time. I only have time for one more site left, but I think this one's gonna be one of the coolest of them all. We're on the drive over. I found some monkeys on the road. Hi, monkeys. Look at the little baby. So if Papa Tal can give you any words of wisdom about those monkeys, do not leave anything of value in your tuk-tuk when you're leaving, especially if you know monkeys are around, and do not leave any food, because just like bears, they will break in and steal your stuff. So just quickly passing through an area called Kiva Hitta, which is a giant white stupa, and you can see this place from above. It is absolutely crazy. We're a lot deeper into the jungle now too. There's actually a thunderstorm rolling in, so there's thunder playing in the background as I walk around here, which is really cool. It is hard for me to put into words just how massive this complex is. It is huge, and the monkeys have taken over now. It would have been a massive city with so many buildings and structures. They're just everywhere. This, my friends, is what I've come to see. This is called Lanka Tilaka, and it is a giant Buddha statue in this amazing shrine at the end of this massive archaeological park. So what is special about Lanka Tilaka, you might be asking yourself? Well, this was the largest image house of Buddha in ancient Sri Lanka. It is seriously mind-bendingly big. So cool, and the way that it's encapsulated here is just amazing. These giant walls filled with moss and kind of broken and dilapidated right around you. It is amazing. It looks looks like some sort of secret tomb from an Indiana Jones movie. The journey to get here, visiting all the amazing complexes on the way, and just these amazing towering walls. I just keep saying amazing because it is absolutely amazing. So besides the monkeys that are hopping around these ancient ruins, you can also see a bunch of bats. You can hear them as well, hiding in the corners right up there. Alright, that's pretty much it for me here at Polonnaruwa. There's plenty more to see that I had to skim out on, but that was about an hour and a half in here, and I didn't even skim the surface, so you really could spend a whole day here just exploring every single nook and cranny. But now it's time to bounce out. It's tuk-tuk time. This video is over, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you your Sinhala word of the day today is going to be Purana, which means ancient. It's because today was full of ancient delights. Please make sure that you check out tuktukrental.com down below in the description if you want to rent a tuk-tuk when you're here. As well, if you want to rent a tuk-tuk and you want to get a discount, you can use my link in the description below. That'll shave off some money for you as well. If you're looking for a place to stay in Polonnaruwa, check out my Airbnb code down in the description below as well. It'll get you $40 off your next stay on Airbnb, and that could be well over a few nights for free in Polonnaruwa. We'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys a long time. Goodbye, clats.